Hi, friends. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And it's late, right? Okay. Our Christmas tree, it's our first year to have an artificial Christmas tree, and we've already taken down like part of the ornaments and everything. And our whole house is undecorated. Um, and I'm just now getting around to read this. And part of the reason is because after Christmas, we started like sharing the flu. And before Christmas, I couldn't do it because I had been to Africa for like 10 days. And, you know, whenever you add that to your December activities, you just really don't get a lot of regular things done. It was worth it. But anyhow, I'm going to read my McDonald family Christmas letter, even though it's actually closer to February than to December. But tomorrow, this artificial tree is going down. And so I better get it done. Okay, so I'm going to add details because this is the shortest letter I've ever written. And since I like to talk so much, I might as well talk now, right? Okay, Merry Christmas, friends. Many of you know that my Christmas season has been far from ordinary. I, Rayanne, traveled to Tanzania, which my person in Tanzania says Tanzania. So I have to try to get used to saying Tanzania, but I'm having a hard time with that. Tanzania, Africa, from 12/7 to 12/18 to meet the leaders and the children in Hope and Glory Kids Club. And that's a little ministry that God started through me and a girl in Africa who was a Compassion International child that I sponsored. And after she grew up, she wanted to start this ministry. And so God brought us together, and he's been doing some really cool things. So anyhow, I was finally able to meet the children that we have been supporting and had the privilege of teaching them about our Savior Jesus. I encouraged them from Matthew 5:16. Let your light shine before others so that they can see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. So any good that we do, if it doesn't come from God, then it's rubbish. And anything good we do is him doing it through us. And we want to live lives that bring glory to God. So anyhow, I have posted some videos on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Mrs. McDonald Stories and such. I am still mentally processing the trip, so my Christmas update is brief. And I have posted some videos, but the rest of the videos that I want to post, I need to edit. And I used to edit videos all the time, but now I have a new computer. And, well, actually, I had to quit doing it because my old computer couldn't do it for a long time. So I just have to do these straight shot things. And they're kind of harder to do because every time you goof, you have to like start over. But anyhow, so I could only post my short videos. I'm hoping to learn on my new computer how to edit these and put them together so that they make good videos. But you can at least watch the ones we already did. And these kids are fabulous, and they're so full of joy, even though they're not full of food. I can tell you that. Anyhow, here we go. Keith is retired. He works part-time at Western Reserve Golf Course in the summer and at South Range Elementary as a substitute during the school year. Now, he loves driving those big tractors and mowing at the golf course, and he gets to golf there for free, so that's a bonus, and he really enjoys that, and he enjoys the people that he's getting to know. That's not in my letter, see, it's just this one sentence. And then at South Range, he loves doing subbing for gym class, and he loves subbing for kindergarten, and he's really learning to really enjoy any of the elementary levels, K through 4. But he won't go to the middle school. I think they intimidate him. I don't know. And then he won't sub at the high school yet. And I've told him many times that subbing at our high school is like easy breezy because they're great kids and the teacher always has something for them to do. So basically, other than like meeting them and introducing yourself and taking attendance, then you sit there and they do their work and they don't cause any trouble. So why not sub them? Anyhow, someday he will, I'm sure. Rayanne, that's me. I am a little, I run a little home child care preschool. It's very little, but I love it. And I occasionally sub at South Range schools on Fridays. And one of the reasons that I do that is it's just hard for me to have a regular full-time job because of our family situation. But also it gives me a great opportunity to be with my grandchildren because they can come to my preschool, and then I get to spend time with them, and I get to spend time with other kids and earn a living. And So it all works. It all works because I'm just that kind of crazy. Jack and Olivia, along with Theo and Judah, welcomed sweet Elsie Ruth into the family in October. So now I have 2 grandsons and 2 granddaughters, and then I'll have to tell you. Maggie got a new horse this year, a beautiful gray mare named Malibu. I call her white, but you know, she's definitely a gray in the horse world. But if you're not in the horse world, you'd say she's white. Okay. She's beautiful, and they make a fantastic pair. And Maggie, she's gone on a couple trail rides, and she took her horse to the fair, and all these things that were so difficult for her, she's just blossomed. And this horse and my daughter make a great team. And I might actually have her like lead line me on the horse. I know that you think that sounds like, what? That's what little kids do. I used to ride, but I got hurt really bad. And so I definitely didn't want to ride her horse until after my mission trip. And I'm going to wait till it gets a little warmer outside, and then I'm going to have her like lead line me a few times. And if I feel good about it, I might actually ride her myself. But I'm not in any mood to get hurt. So, but I do love the feeling of being in the saddle. So anyhow, Danny and Rachel started 2023 with the birth of their beautiful daughter, Juniper, and they ended 2023 announcing that they are expecting their second child in July. Danny traveled with me to Africa. And one thing about this second child, they had told us whenever they got married, it was like, oh yeah, we're going to have a bunch of kids. We love kids, blah, blah, blah. And then right before they told us about this baby, they just very nonchalantly said, you know, we decided we don't want to have any more kids. We just want to invest ourselves in the children around us, like, you know, their nieces, nephews, their friends' kids and stuff. And they travel a ton, like all over the United States. They are like nomads. So they're like, you know, hauling one kid around is great, but, you know, we don't really want to have a bunch of kids. We want to invest ourselves in other people's kids. And I'm like going, and I totally bought it, hook, line, and sinker. And then we find out that she's pregnant. They're really good at fooling me. They really are. They are too good at it. I don't know if I've gotten over that yet. Okay. Anyhow, Charlie, after 5 years in the workforce, and he had a great job, and he did a great job, and he loved the people, but Charlie returned to college. So he had almost enough credit hours to be a sophomore. When he went to college right out of school, he just wasn't ready for it. He didn't know what he wanted to do. He thought it seemed stupid to go to these classes and pay for them whenever he already knew all that stuff. But now he's finally come to the realization that even though he knows a lot of that stuff, maybe he can contribute to the class, and maybe he just has to go through a few of these classes where, well, anyhow, we won't go into that anymore. He loves it. Okay, let me just, he is thriving at Ohio State University, Mansfield branch. He's living with my sister, Rhonda, until he transfers to the main campus probably next fall, unless he can like stay one more semester there. But it's more affordable, and he was quickly noticed by his professors because he is very, very gifted in the area that he is studying. He's already read like all the books by like the people that they study that might be like this much of a this much of a passage in your like textbook. He's already read all that person's books. And so whenever he's talking in class, he already understands everything they did. He already knows who they are. He can tell you, you know, all this stuff about them that most students just can't because they've never even heard of them. And so he's like stuck out like not a sore thumb, I guess, but better than a sore thumb, a not sore thumb, like the smart guy he is. And he's been noticed by his professors, and he's already been invited to join in research with a couple professors that don't usually have students research with them. And usually students don't research until their senior year or their master's degree. But he's already invited to do research, and I'm excited to hear all about it. He loves talking about it, and I'm just so happy for him. But something he never dreamed would happen in his first semester. His first semester, he was asked that. That was crazy. Anyhow, I'm very proud of him. And then Sammy is about to enter. In fact, today he started this. Let me read this first. Sammy is about to enter his last semester of YSU nursing school. He will be precepting at the Cleveland Clinic. Well, the semester already started because I'm so late in reading this, but today is his first day at the Cleveland Clinic. And so that's both exciting and overwhelming because the Cleveland Clinic, he's on the main campus, is huge. That is the same place where he had surgeries as a child and as a young adult because of his hips. It's just very exciting. He also, you know, as far as his hips go, I'll just say this. When he was a little boy and he was diagnosed with Perthes disease, the first doctor we went to, and I won't name her, we cried and cried and cried, but not her, she didn't cry. She was just like, yeah, this is what he has. Yeah, he'll never be in any sports, you know, like forget about his gymnastics that he loved 22 hours a week and he adored going and never wanted to leave the gym. Forget about that. She was telling us how he will never do this. He will never do that. He will never do this. He will never do that. Well, guess what? We never went back because I don't believe in never. And she was close to right in that his journey was very difficult. And yes, sports have, you know, probably had him have to have his second surgery sooner, but never say never. And he now has his hip, like it's recovered very well from this surgery that he had at the Cleveland Clinic about 1.5 years ago. And he is playing competitive volleyball and he rocks at it. So we always think, oh, we'd love to tell her that. But anyhow, he just won first place last night. We decided that he would stay at Cleveland for a couple days every time that he has to do his shifts because it's like 1.5 hours away. And if you're going to do 2 12-hour shifts back to back, you don't want to drive all the way home, drive all the way back. It's winter, it's cold, it's, you know, and that way he can get more sleep. But he had a volleyball tournament Friday, Cleveland Clinic. So 2 nights in a little hotel, a nice, decent hotel, but not expensive. It's just a big step for us, but his team won first place. So I guess you never say never, right? Anyhow, enough blabbering from me. I hope that you have a great new year. I hope that you grow closer to the Lord and that his light shines through you. And be a good friend, okay? And and please comment, because I can't have comments on my children's videos, but I can on this, and I really do like comments. I think everybody does, don't they? Let's just admit it. Anyhow, happy comments, okay? Happy comments. I'd like to hear from you, okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye. Merry Christmas. Well, Merry used to be Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Bye.